Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's rocking with us tonight as we progress throughout the show. As we thank the folks that are listening to us live on TuneIn. As we thank the folks that are listening to us right now on the replays on YouTube and the folks on iTunes and all of that kind of stuff. Y'all rock with us. We roll with y'all. Shout out to those folks that are looking at us live right now. We see you ladies popping in, whatnot. You say it's much better. What's up, Archie? Checking you out. Archie's checking us out as well and whatnot. Shout out to you guys. Of course, you got the utility players over there. You've got the Dating Pool Divas up in this joint. You've got Big Sis S.Y. Butler's up in this joint. Of course, joining our panel tonight, our sister, our clairvoyant medium, our sister Shayna Latia is up in this joint as well. What's up, Shayna?
Hi, Marcus.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I always like when you say that, like, for real, because it's always like, oh, just, hi, Marcus. Like, that's Joe. That joint is dope, man. I like that, man.
No, remember the day we had the game and we were doing the different shows?
Yeah.
Like the TV shows. And she was like, his name is Larry.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
I might just be a little seductive. I don't
just a tad. Just
I'm always seductive.
Just a little bit, but it's all right, man. You our sister, man.
It's my energy. It's my aura.
You our sister, and we love you. We appreciate it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. Y'all ready to ask what the hell? What the hell?
What the hell,
like,
baby?
What the hell? Like, for real? Like, what the hell? Because there's a couple of questions that's going to make y'all ask what the hell. Now, we know that the state of North Carolina has a lot of folks kind of talking about this transgender thing. And you got a lot of people who have issues with where some folks go to the bathroom. Personally, I'm of the mindset of go pee where you gotta go pee, and just go pee and be done peeing. Like, that's what's up, Dub. I see you checking in. Dub's checking in Atlanta. For real, I just go pee. But this lady, she's a 22-year-old woman in Connecticut, and she went to the bathroom. Her name is I'm trying to find her. Amy Toms. Amy Toms got a pixie haircut. She was rocking a ball cap at the time. She was in there washing her hands inside a Danbury store in Connecticut when a woman approached her saying, quote, "You are not supposed to be here. You need to leave." End quote. Amy then replies, "At first I was like, does she think I work at a different store and I shouldn't be in this bathroom?" She recalled in an 8-minute video that she posted on Facebook. So I said, "Yes, I do." And then she flipped me off, and she's like, "You're disgusting," and she storms out. Tom said that it took a moment to register exactly what had just happened, dawned on her, with the transgender friendly bathrooms being national hot story after North Carolina made it illegal for individuals to use bathrooms that don't match the gender they were assigned with at birth. The Obama administration has since filed a lawsuit against the state and its law, which called its state-sponsored discrimination. "I can get why at first she would make me as a transgender," Tom said, while noting her short hair, which she said was recently chopped off to donate to cancer patients. Quote, "But I turned around and I looked at her, and at the sake of sounding blunt, I am not a flat-chested person. I've got something going on up here," is what she says, end quote. Tom said she experienced the kind of disgusting discrimination once was enough for her. She said, "I cannot fathom discrimination transgender must face in their lifetime." There's more here, but I think that I got it properly. I think I got it properly set up. I'm going to let's see. I got it properly set up, and so let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to get one of the ladies in here first, Diva. You've got a woman who has a boy cut, but she apparently, by her own admission, has big boobs. Not real sure why anybody would mistake her as a transgender, but apparently she did. Mm-hmm. We know the backdrop of the transgender community is having issues right now in our country. You got a woman who chastised a woman for being in the ladies' room. That's what we're doing in America right now. What's your thoughts?
Well, it's not fair, but it is easy for someone to mistaken, someone who looks like a dude, but she has boobs. She could easily be a transgender. Transgender people get boob jobs. So I can understand the mistake. Now, she didn't necessarily have to act like that towards her or, quote unquote, report her. But I can understand the mistake of thinking that she was a transgender.
What you think, big sis? You got a lady in the ladies' room chastising a lady for being in the ladies' room, thinking that the lady was a transgender in America in 2016. What you think?
I think she had a lot of nerves. Because there's nothing that says now we can share rooms, we can share bathrooms. So she was definitely, in my opinion, out of line by addressing the woman that way. Out of line. I would have probably she would have hit the sink or something.
Shout out to our brother Wizzy jumping in. What's up, Wizzy? What's going on? What's going on, brother? Shayna, what you think, man?
I'm just gonna say, well, let's thank God it wasn't a black woman that she approached. I'm gonna let you. Yeah, she probably wouldn't approach a person of color because the stereotypes are we all blah blah blah. But honestly, if someone approached me in the bathroom saying that I'm a man, it's gonna be on.
Yeah,
it would have been on. She was very out of line. Who are you to say anything to me? Period. In the bathroom.
Right.
Like, who talks in the back? Like, who does? Like, why?
Yeah. I don't know what I don't know what y'all do, but we as dudes,
women, we bond in the bathroom, but that's different with our friends, not with a stranger.
I mean, Mr. 3375, we all know as dudes, we have what's called man code. There is nothing that is important enough to be discussed in the bathroom. Like, we don't need to talk about nothing until we step outside.
We talk about, that's the total opposite.
And the only time that you get to talk to us is if we washing our hands at the same time.
You know why?
That's
because your members are out.
Yeah, don't talk to me while I'm handling my business.
Yeah,
man.
That's the total opposite from women, because we go to the bathroom and talk about everything, and when we come out, we don't say anything.
Yup, you could be there next door talking to each other.
And then when we come out the bathroom, it'll be like, discussion has ever
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy as hell. What's going on? I see who I see. I see Bree jumping in. What's up, Bree? Hey, boo. And we see our sister Bella from Twi After Dark checking in as well. What's going on? What's going on? Mr. 3375, I'm going to let you comment before I do. All I'm saying I'm going to offend some people.
Never assume. You know what I'm saying? Never assume. I mean, the reality is this is not going to be the last time this happened.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. I mean, don't assume anything.
I think we know why.
That's what.
I think we know why. Because the current climate in our country has empowered everybody to be the morality police.
Yep.
I can't even go pee. And I'm speaking as Amy Toms here.
Right.
I can't even go pee because I got a boy cut and a ball cap.
Right.
That somebody's. I got big boobs, man. I'm a lady, like for real. I'm a chick. But somebody happens to feel some kind of way about how I look, and they're going to call the authority. That's the piece of the story that I got from
the Huffington Post
that I didn't mention.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, she called the authorities on this lady.
But I guess
I would have to.
I guess you don't understand.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, the other lady.
Amy, who...
Yeah, Amy would have hit this.
Amy must have some money. I don't know what's going on with Amy.
Amy is the person.
But there's no way I'm...
Look at Amy. And, I'm a dude. I'm not going to be crass, but look at them things, right? Amy looks like a chick to me. Yeah, you don't mistake Amy.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't look like a man.
She don't even.
You know what? I think it was a vendetta because she thought she was a butch.
That might be it.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Amy should have took all of her weight. She should have took all of her weight and put it in that right hand and jammed it right across the chin.
She would have really got
It's no way, shape, or form. I'm just saying this picture. It's no way, shape, or form you can mistake that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Being the crazy woman I am, I would have straight took my shirt off and my bra and said, "Do these look fake to you, woman?" But that's just me.
No, I don't punched her.
Shout out to the dudes. Shout out to the dudes listening that will now be sneaking in Shayna's bathroom.
You know what I mean?
Ain't no half stepping.
I'm just saying.
With Marcus J. No, I can dig it. Keeping with the gay stories. Did y'all hear about what happened in San Diego over the weekend?
No.
Yeah, okay, y'all ain't ready for this one. Facebook Live, y'all ain't ready for this one. All right.
Y'all ain't ready.
San Diego Padres have a gay men's chorus sing the national anthem. Now, you may say that sounds offensive. No. They call themselves the gay men's chorus. You can look it up. The story's real. The gay men's chorus. It's like 50 dudes that are standing on the baseball field in Petco Park in San Diego. What ends up happening next is what's highly offensive. As they begin to sing the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem, over the PA system, instead of the instrumental that they're going to sing over, a female's voice starts singing the national anthem. And all them dudes is standing on the baseball field, gay dudes, standing on the baseball field. They're supposed to be singing it. But the PA announcer plays an audio track of a female voice singing the national anthem.
That's messed up.
They don't have a job now, do they?
Now, they wouldn't allow them dudes to run off, and respectfully, I don't even know how you say respectfully, but the guys didn't leave the field. They stood there for the duration of the national anthem while a female voice, so say, can you see the whole thing all the way to the end. And then when they were leaving the field, they left the field to heckles and slurs and all kinds of disrespect from the fans. You know, you sing like a girl, like all kinds of really nasty stuff.
Right.
So, Mr. 3375, I'm going to get you in on this one first. Selfie time. Shout out to Marcus J. Got to take a selfie. Live production. What you think, brother?
I think it was disrespectful.
Take a selfie.
It was disrespectful, man. I mean, regardless of what their beliefs is and how they want to live their life, it was disrespectful. And I mean, this ain't gonna be the first time, somebody's gonna try this. But but at the same time, they gotta understand there's still a lot of hate in this world. So they're gonna get those kind of reactions from the fans and the crowd. But for him playing the girl over the intercom, that was disrespectful, and he probably don't have a job, because one thing, there's 3 groups you don't mess with in this world. There's gay rights, people that's trying to save the earth, and people who love animals.
Yes, the animal people are real. Yo, they jumped on stage at the Victoria's Secret.
What you think, Diva? What you think about this?
I agree. It was very disrespectful, and I mean, I don't know what they can do about it, but you invited that group out there. There should be something legally wrong with that. You invited us to come. We wasted our time to come and perform, and then you have your tech person play some other song. Yeah. That person should be fired.
There was a third-party company that is responsible for the audio in the park, and the contract was immediately canceled with that third-party company. So that's kind of the back part of the story. What's up, Michelle K? We see you checking in, girl.
Michelle.
What's up, Robbie?
Hey, girl.
My brother Robbie is listening or checking us out. What's up, Robbie? It's good to see you, brother.
Robbie?
My brother Robbie.
Question though, they still got paid for it though, right? Because I know they ain't come out there and volunteer to sing.
I
don't know about that. I know that there are a lot of people who donate their time for the exposure to do things like that. The article that I've located does not allude to there being any financial retribution. Doesn't mean that it's not out there for those folks who are listening. 804-402-2893, or those folks that are looking at us on Facebook Live. If you know anything about there being a money issue, by all means, let us know and jump in and discuss that one. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. live from the Dan Legacy and Net Radio. We moving through these what the hells. This particular one, it's about a boy who was mistakenly served alcohol root beer at TGI.
I have a lot to say about
this one. Shayna, you up first. An 8-year-old boy was accidentally served alcohol at a TGI Fridays in Vegas. Tyler Schwab took a few sips of the drink and realized something wasn't right. What do you call that? Throw up root beer? Because that's what it tastes like, what the little 8-year-old said. According to the news station, his mom and dad both tried it and realized that it was 5.9% alcohol content. For those folks who are not big drinkers, that's more than beer.
You're right.
That's more than regular beer. Tyler's parents said he freaked out and asked, quote, I should laugh. Am I going to die? Poor Tyler. Poor baby. They can't figure out how the mistake happened because they say the alcoholic root beer bottle looks different than the non-alcoholic one. The server and manager reportedly apologized, took the bottles away. TGI Fridays told the news station it was an honest mistake. They say they immediately addressed the situation. Quote, we are currently retraining, staff on all operational procedures, responsible alcohol service standards to prevent a reoccurrence. The safety of our guests and team members is of the utmost importance and top priority. Shana, you up first. What's your thoughts?
Well, me being a bartender and a server, I can understand the server probably was really overwhelmed and no, she rung in a root beer. It could have been the bartender not reading the ticket right and put up the other root beer. And when you're serving and you're bartending and it's a lot of people, sometimes you're just grabbing. You're just grabbing stuff, not even paying attention or anything. You got 5 tables screaming at you. Everybody want their drinks. Sometimes you're just grabbing a tray and you're just saying, I rung in a root beer. And it could have been the server's fault, too, for accidentally ringing in the wrong root beer and just grabbing it, taking it to the table real quick. I can see that happening accidentally. Now, you do get fired for that. So, you have to pay attention to the things that you do. But
I did catch that. She said doo-doo.
You have to pay attention to the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? So, as a bartender and a server, and I actually worked at Fridays before, which is a very, very, very high volume bar. It's very high. Like, that is a very simple mistake that could have easily happened with anybody.
Question, with that being said, did they say what day it was on?
Yeah, if it was like a Friday or a Saturday.
But it's Vegas, though, so it probably was always
Vegas. Oh, if it's Vegas, it's always popping. Then, oh my God, that's a vacation spot. So it's popping on a Monday night, So, the server has to be reprimanded because that's dangerous, but it's a very common mistake. I've even seen it happen in places that I've worked as a server. I've been a server since I was 21, bartender since I was 21. So,
what you think, Diva? You hear this? You hear the story?
My thing is too. The bartender made a mistake, the server made a mistake, or whatever. But parents don't see that the bottle looked funny or something. Before I let my child drink something that looks like beer, I'm gonna check it out. But I don't have any kids. What the hell I know?
You got, whether you had kids or not, you still entitled to an opinion. So I respect that. Big sis, what you got?
I would have looked at it. It's my 8-year-old. A soda bottle does not look like a liquor bottle or alcoholic beverage bottle. The bottle may be brown, but that label is certainly different. That label sticks out way better than a freaking root beer. So I think the parents were a little lazy at looking at that. I still blame the server. You see what you're serving. I can't believe that you just picked up something and you put it in front of the kid. You saw something. You got to know you just passed a kid alcohol.
Well, I'm gonna say something about that. If you have, sometimes at Fridays, I remember having 7 tables. They all sit down at one time. You're trying to write down everybody's drink and get everybody. Sometimes you got 3-4 tables on your tray delivering drinks, and sometimes at that moment they probably was overwhelmed. And I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but I actually lived this. I actually seen this happen before to a coworker of mine, and they're just moving really fast.
Yeah, I think even with your speed that's needed, you should be looking at what you're serving and who you're giving it to. Now, if you know this is an alcoholic beverage, you just picked it up to go take it to somebody. You sat it in front of a child. That didn't trigger anything?
And it was a glass, not a bottle. It was a bottle, not a
No,
Well,
it was a bottle
Does the
because-
bottle of root beer look the
Yeah.
same as the glass?
Exactly.
Is that the?
Exactly.
It looks the same.
Just like a bottle beer.
I
They
think
have it. They have
that
it at
that can happen easily.
even
like,
at
I think-
other restaurants. The root beer it's in the bottle.
it's in
like
the glass.
that.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen. We just got alcoholic root beer at Kroger Spot, and it does look the same way as the glass bottle of root beer. But most of the times, we serve root beer on the tap.
I think that
So,
it's real. I think it's
Root beer was on the tap at Friday.
I think it's real easy
Unless
for us.
over there
I
they-
think it's real easy for us to judge these people.
Absolutely.
I think that, when we go to a restaurant, and I've been to restaurants with Mama J, if she asks for, and she likes to get Shirley Temple sometimes, or she likes to get a cotton candy something drink. I don't know what it's called. I don't even remember where we get it at. But, I don't always check behind it. We order a drink for, a soon-to-be 13-year-old, and we assume that we get what we ask for. Just like when you ask for a margarita, you assume that you're going to get a margarita. Now, when you sip it and it don't taste right, then you in your feelings about it, and you're going to open up your mouth, which is what happened with this little dude. He sipped it. It didn't taste right, and then he opened up his mouth and said something
But
about
what
it.
if he would have kept drinking and had
I mean,
alcohol?
That mean he had it before.
I got you on that, and that's
That mean he had it before.
I got you. Yeah, right. I got you on that, and that's a fair position. But I think that this situation went the way it was supposed to. We can be upset that the server made a mistake. Yes, the server made a mistake, but the mistake was caught. There was no harm done. If you want to have disciplinary action towards the server, I'm okay with that. If you don't want to have disciplinary action against the server, I'm okay with that too. The little joker wasn't hurt. End of the story. That's my position on that. Anybody want to argue with me about that? Anybody? 804-402-2893 is the number to dial here at Legacy Internet Radio, listening to the flagship show on our station, Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, which is live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. We're streaming live on Facebook. We see y'all in there. Let's see if we got anybody in there. Oh, my man, Big C just joined. What's up, Big C? We see Big C jumping in there. What's up, brother? It's good to see you, man. We got a lot going on here in the den of Legacy Internet Radio, and we're going to move on to our next story, which is the story about the valedictorian who was barred from his high school graduation because he refused to shave his beard. It's a brother at Amite High School, valedictorian Andrew Drones, who is not allowed to participate. Things got a little crazy here for him in Louisiana, which is where they are. He was the head of the class at his high school, A-M-I-T-E, so somebody else pronounced it, I'm screwing it up. Amite High School, but education officials say that his shin violated the policy against hair. He's got a 4.0. He's worn his beard for 4 years. But 4 years? First of all, I'm 42 years old in 2 weeks, and I barely got a mustache. But hey, I digress. He's worn his beard for 4 years. Him and 13 other cats were told they had to shave before arriving for the graduation ceremony. He was set to give the address, refused because the rule had never been enforced before. So his cap and his gown was taken away. He stands by his decision, though he realizes he will never get a chance to graduate from high school again. Tankipoa School Superintendent Mark Cole, who said that Jones had been warned about the policy multiple times, told the news station that he personally made an appeal to get him to shave it, to no avail. The outlet reported the NAACP had gotten involved. Big freaking deal with them. Yeah. Patricia Morris, the group's Folga chapter president, said the refusal to let the young man march was, quote, just wrong. Morris told Daily News on Friday that students at other graduations in the district had worn facial hair during their ceremonies, and that rules seemed to be applied randomly. She said that it was likely something deeper in quotes, beyond the incident than just facial hair. Policy said the district has a history of unequal treatment for black and white students, but would not say that is what happened in this case. Morris said that there's a planned protest against the district on Monday. Jay, Mr. 3375.
Yo, that's exactly what it was.
You up, brother?
I'm looking at 4 years. You ain't suspend them. You ain't do anything. But now when it comes to graduation, now his beard have a problem. You know, I don't care how many times you say it. What school you know you going to keep talking to somebody and they don't do it and you don't suspend them or talk to their kids? That's bull.
And he drops the mic.
Mike.
Shayna, you got something you were going to say?
I just think that they didn't like the fact that he was valedictorian. They did not like that, and there was nothing they can change about it. He's just smart. He was intelligent. He made the grades. He did it, and they didn't like it. They were looking for any reason not to have. He probably wasn't the typical valedictorian. You know what I'm saying? He probably was just. You know, he probably was from the hood, had swag, you know, all that.
But you know what? At the same time, I saw the picture. If his beard was a problem, his dread should have been a problem.
Oh, it would have been something.
The story ain't even.
Oh my God! It would have been
the story ain't even mentioned his dress. Shout out to our sister Melanie and the Shy. What's going on, my true fighting sister? Melanie and Shy says she is in the building, so we appreciate my sister. She says she's running late, but she's here. Diva, what you got?
Well, I feel like in this situation, both sides were wrong because he's the valedictorian, right? They should have let him go ahead and march. But at the same time, you're going to risk being able to march as valedictorian over your beard?
Right.
Now, if it was his locks, then that would have came out when he shaved his beard and he came out with his locks and they still didn't let him march. So I just feel like, you know, in both situations they were wrong, and he's the one that lost in the end because he'll never get that graduation again.
Right.
Big sis, what you got?
Maybe I missed it, but did it say anything about religion?
It did not.
Okay, so maybe his beard or whatever was some sort of background or religion or something for him. If he's had it the whole, 4 years?
Right.
Nobody ever said anything. It had to be a reason behind it.
Well, he had been warned. The article does, and I didn't get into that, but I'll mention it now. The article alludes to the fact that he had been warned several times over the years, but the rule had never been enforced.
Right.
It was him and I believe 13 or 14 other cats that had a similar situation. They all acquiesced. He chose not to.
Oh.
So he is the one that we're reading about in the story.
It's on him.
Yeah, he wanted to make a stand.
It's on him.
He wanted to make a statement.
And all right, I think he should have made a stand.
Yeah, but he didn't get to walk as the valedictorian.
What was the point of
he's going to win at the end of the day.
Facebook Live, what y'all think about this?
This man got a 4.0.
What's going on?
This man got a 4.0. So he definitely going to a good college.
My sister.
It don't matter.
My sister. Hey, look. My sister Misha is checking us out from the old neighborhood.
He's got scholarships out the butt.
My old neighborhood in Jersey City. My sister Misha is checking us out. What's going on, girl? We see you checking us out from Jersey City.
He is.
Here's my deal, right?
I love you on the TV, Marcus. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, when we on the Urban Serengeti here locally.
No, you in this live. You are really into you.
Keep turning around and pointing to the.
You are so into you, Marcus.
Well, yeah, I'm fly. That's where I'm meant to be. But that's not why I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera because it's people that's supporting us.
Oh, absolutely. But but you're so passionate about it.
Not because I want to see.
Look how you turned around.
I want to see if there's people looking because I also know that there's comments popping up. Y'all trying to call me out.
I called you out, Marcus. Shayna called you out.
All y'all a bunch of punks.
What?
All y'all. Y'all make me sick.
We punks because we was right.
Don't you know who good?
Just accept it, Marcus. Be who
Hey,
you
look, man.
are.
You see them calling me out? Y'all not gonna help me? Y'all not gonna help me out? Oh, come on,
I love
man.
Marcus.
Come on, Misha. You not gonna call? Hey, look. You not gonna help me out? All right, come on.
Marcus be feeling himself though. You got just admit it.
Oh, I'm admitted. I'm fly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm under no illusions about that. Neither are y'all. Anyway, here's my deal with this.
I am puzzled by that.
No, you're not. I need to put a mic on you when we're not live. Anyway, here's the deal.
That is not cute.
I know, but y'all started it and y'all forced me.
Hello, who is y'all?
I just
because it's for y'all and it's just me.
And we jumped on.
Why do you feel so?
I ain't thinking about none of y'all.
Don't feel so.
I'll fight y'all. All of y'all. Can we get back to the story?
Yeah, back to the story.
Just this one right here is a bully.
Meanwhile, back at
this
the
one is a
ranch.
bully. Anyway, in all seriousness, back to the story. My deal with this is this. They told him for years that this could happen. And on the day that he was going to reach the pinnacle of his high school years, they chose to take a stand. So there is elements of pettiness here. Because if they really, really, really wanted to take a stand, they could have took that stand his junior year. But they waited and waited and waited until it hurt.
Yeah.
They waited until
He probably was a rebel.
He may have
probably
been,
was a rebel.
but you know what I think though. In all honesty, I think he is the story because he's the only one of 14 or 13 or whatever it was that said, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing it." If they had stood together, we might be reading a different story.
Yeah.
If they had stood together, we might be reading a different story. But everybody else, with all due respect to them, they punked out because they were probably getting the same warnings throughout the years to shave that he was getting throughout the years. And they all said, "Oh hell no, oh hell no, oh hell no," all throughout the years. But when that heat came on them, when that spotlight came on them, when it was like, "You ain't gonna get to graduate unless you do this," and they all caved. Now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them doing that, but I'm just speaking the facts. And he was the one that said, "You know what, I'm not going to do that." And you add to the fact that he's the valedictorian as well. I got mixed feelings on this one. I got a lot of comments on social media on this one, so bear with me, y'all. Ahura says that is bullshit. They're mad because he's black. Tanya says, what exactly do the rules say? If the rules say no beard and they never enforced it, it shouldn't have been enforced that day. Now, if the rules clearly say no beard on graduation day, then he should have shaved. And so she says more, but that's the gist of it. Hakeem says that it's fair. He knew the rules, bad situation. He could have grown it back. He's also alluding to the fact that there was a whole bunch of people who were a part of this, and they all kind of made their decision to shave, and he didn't. And so that's kind of the gist of it. Yeah. Mr. 3375 and the Diva both want to jump in. Ladies first. Diva, jump in.
Just one more thing. I think he would have had more power had he went on that stage, did his speech or whatever. He could have even addressed the issue.
He couldn't.
No,
Well, they took his cap and gown.
No, I'm saying if he
If he had
done
gone
what
ahead
they
and showed it.
say
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
went
yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
And said he couldn't wear his beard
could've
because of
spoke out.
X, Y, Z. Yeah, he could have. He wasn't thinking like that.
But you know what though? We talking about a teenager here, so he had to have the okay from his parents. You know, he
Yeah,
definitely
the
had to
parents
have a
something when
conversation
they
with
say
his parents.
how
And his
he
parents
looked.
probably was like, you know, we're gonna support you whatever decision you make, or they was like, no, don't cut you, make a statement. You know, so it could have went numerous different ways.
I think he could have cleaned up a little bit for it.
We got one more comment. We're getting our sister Shanetta, who is part of our brother Mr. LP Steven Sykes show and live radio on Tuesdays here on this network, Legacy and Radio. She said, what statement was the school trying to make? Was graduation amazing in society? How some people get a pass, yet others are subjected to such scrutiny. If the standard in this facility required no facial hair and they had already overlooked the rule prior to the commencement day, then why follow it now? Amazes me how quick things change when you know a different set of eyes will be watching. This would not be fair to this young man. Don't relax your rules in one breath and then decide to follow them in another. They should have stuck to their rules to begin with, and maybe he would not have felt that he could have broken them on such a special day. I actually agree with her. Shana, jump in here.
I know. I just have a question. Like, what in the world does a beard have to do with anything?
Yeah, like
where did that come from? Like, why can't people just express themselves the way they want to? Like, who gives a flying
Yeah,
F?
the beard has nothing to do with my brain.
What is it with people trying to conform people or put people in the box or anything like that? That just makes me so upset because everybody is an individual, and maybe he had that beard for reasons beyond anyone's knowing.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. I'm glad you made it, Shana. I remember one of my best friends as I was growing up as a young person, had a full beard in high school. had a full beard in high school, and you know, I remember his mom wasn't too happy about it, but it was what it was. You know, I'm someone that's in my early 40s who hasn't even grown a mustache, so I personally can't. I can't.
Marcus, the baby face works for you, baby.
Thank you, Shayna, sister. I appreciate
like
that, man, because you know I used to feel some kind of way. Now I don't even care.
No, you should.
But yeah, I just, you know, I don't even care. But I agree with you. The fact that they are going to make a big deal about them, you know, not shaving or even having a rule about having to shave.
Now, if this was a military school, then yes, I understand that, you know, in military they want you to be shaved clean for those reasons.
But there's a level of pettiness here.
But this is just this is ridiculous.
Military
I
different.
think.
You already know.
Well, yeah, but if
before
it
you
was
go
a
in
military
there.
school, I'm saying then I would have understood.
Well,
Like why? But why can't you have a beard? Like this is a grown young man. Like
did not
Alright,
they
so-
wear beards.
So we getting a hit on the Facebook Live. First of all, our sister Shanetta is checking us out. So peace to you, sister. Thanks for checking us out. My sister Misha is saying that her son's school made him cut his cornrows. They waited till the month of June when he was going out for the summer. He had to cut it or be expelled. So she is basically having a very, very similar story.
Yo, that's crazy. So you gonna let the kid go all year long?
Yeah.
That's
and now
crazy.
Trying to expel it. That is beyond crazy. Like, what do they want to do? Control everything in
they
your
trying to
life
control
now?
everything.
Soon, everybody
Yeah.
can't wear. They're gonna say, "Oh, you can't wear yellow shirts." You know, just,
Oh no! Now, not yellow. Not yellow.
I'm trying to. Let me tell y'all something.
Hell no.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Tell
I'm
y'all
just making an
something.
example.
Not
like,
yellow.
Don't be surprised.
Not yellow.
Don't be
Lock-
I
surprised.
think people. I think they're so into controlling.
They gonna
everything.
control-
They just
They gonna
taking
control
everyone's
everything.
individuality away. They're making everyone robots.
I'm telling
basically.
you, they can control air, and I'm
I don't
telling
like
y'all,
it.
in the next 5 years, we're gonna be paying taxes to breathe air.
Hey, look, they
That's
already
gonna be some real BS.
they already selling land on the moon.
Exactly.
They sell land on the moon.
Marcus, we
Yeah.
need to get our space, baby.
Hey,
What's
look,
going on?
I'm gonna buy some land on the moon, and then in 5 years, I'm gonna sell that joint and get real rich.
Is there-
Ain't no half
Is
step
there
with Marcus
pollen
J.
on the moon?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because then I can't go.
It's a lot of dust.
If there's
Shout out to our brother Ahura is also
man.
listening to us. I believe he's in Maine. Maine. He's checking us out. Shout out to you, brother. We
Bring
saw
us
that
some
you.
lobster.
Yeah. How about that?
No, he owns a bakery. He owns the bakery.
Oh,
Cheesecake.
I want a cake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, man. I want to go
I
to
want a
Maine.
cake.
I want to go to Maine. Maine is like dope. Maine is
go.
like one of the rare states that has 2 time zones.
Let's
Maine?
They've got Maine is Eastern time zone, and then on the far
Who
eastern
knows
tip
this
of it,
information?
I do. Right, I'm like the biggest geeky nerd that you'll ever meet.
I
But on
love
the
you, though.
far eastern tip, it's like whatever I think they call it Atlantic time zone. So like right now, it's in the 8 o'clock hour here. It's in the 9 o'clock hour.
Ahura,
I
what time zone do you
appreciate
live in,
So
Ahura?
ask him. Yeah, ask him.
Ahura, what time
Ask him
zone
where-
do you
ask
live
him-
in?
Ask him where he's at.
I appreciate that you're so smart. Can you solve for R? C equals W times R.
Can't help you with
Someone
math.
please help.
Someone-
Someone
someone
please who knows
please.
algebra.
Can somebody please
Hold up. Here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna take a break, but going into break, I'm gonna give Big Sis the opportunity to talk to Facebook Live, as well as to talk to the listeners on TuneIn, on Streamer, on YouTube, as well as on iTunes. Somebody please help her with her algebra, because the rest of us can't
Please
do
help
nothing.
her.
Because we so over hearing her stories with algebra. So if you listening, if you on Facebook Live, somebody help her. Melanie, help her, please.
Please.
Melanie said, "Oh, okay, hold on a sec." Melanie says that you got black folks who have a European mindset. Lord knows we know about that.
Yes.
Yes. Lord,
Yes.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
are wannabes.
Yeah. Shout out to the Jigaboos. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. Facebook Live. We're gonna shut it down and then bring it back. So we're gonna reestablish it. So don't go nowhere. We coming back. Ain't no half step with Marcus J live from the Dan Legacy Internet Radio. Diva Diaries with my sister, the Dating Pool Divas, coming up in the next segment. I got my brother, Mr. 3375. I got the Dating Pool Diva, Big Sis, and our clairvoyant medium, our sister, Shayna Latia, and me. Ain't no half step with
Yeah,
yours
well.
truly. Be back in a few.
4 out of 5.
holistic care for the mind, body, and spirit. Free Spirit Enterprises, LLC is a parent company for Organic Creations, Jewelry by Design, Miller Publishing, and Consultation Services. Organic Creations offers you the best in natural, homemade skin and hair care products. Jewelry by Design allows you, the customer, to design your own jewelry, as it is custom